Let's learn about long division of polynomials. Before we start long division of polynomials though, it might be a good idea to just take a quick refresher on good old-fashioned long division. Well, let's say we have something like this. Let's say I'm going to take 226 and I'm going to divide that by 4. Okay, remember to do that, what I'm going to do is say, okay, 4 doesn't go into 2, 4 goes into 22 5 times. So 5 times 4 is 20. Then we subtract. 22 minus 0 is 2, and that's 0. Then bring down the 6. Then 4 times what gets us close to 26? That would be 6. 6 times 4 is 24. Subtract again. We have 2 left. This, remember, was our remainder, and to write that using a fraction, we would put this over that, so we'd have 2 over 4, which would then be equal to 56 and 1/2. Okay, so that's long division the good old-fashioned way. Let's take a look at it in terms of polynomials. So here I have one that started out, and you're going to find that there's a lot of similarities here. What we're going to do is we're going to start by looking at this first term right here and say, what do I have to multiply this by to get that? Well, 4, let's see, we've got a t there, so I'm going to have to multiply by 2t to make that t into that. So I'm going to put that above right here, match those up with like terms. Then we take 2t times t, which is going to be 2t squared. Then 2t times 4 is going to be plus 8t. Okay, then we're going to subtract. Now, when we get into some numbers that have some negatives floating around in here, it can be easy to lose track of exactly what we're doing. So what I like to do is just distribute a negative through this. So this becomes negative 2t squared and negative 8t. Then I just add. So 2t squared minus 2t squared is 0. Then 11t minus 8t is going to be 3t. Okay, so now bring down the 12, just like we brought down the 6 over there. So bring down the 12. Then I'm going to look for what do I have to multiply t by to get 3t? Well, I have to multiply it by 3. So 3 times t is 3t. Then 3 times 4 is 12, like so. Then, again, I'm going to distribute the negative through because I have to subtract. And then we add 3t minus 3t is 0. 12 minus 12 is 0. So in this case, there's no remainder, and our quotient is 2t plus 3. Okay, let's take a look at this next one down here. Actually, let's hop over here first. On this one, they didn't write it like that for us, so we've got to start there. Remember that this first term is what goes inside our division here, so it's c squared plus 7c plus 14. Then outside we have the c plus 1. Okay, again remember, I'm going to look, what do I have to multiply this by to get that first term right there? Well, have to multiply it by a c. So I'm going to put a c up there. C times c is c squared. Then c times 4 is 4c. Okay, then distribute the negative through. So negative c squared, negative 4c. That's 0. 7c minus 4c is 3c. Okay, bring down the 14. Alright, like so. Then, what times c gets me 3c? Well, plus 3. So, 3 times c is 3c. Then, 3 times 4 is 12. Then, distribute a negative through, and that's 0, but wait, 14 minus 12 is 2. So, my answer in this case is going to be c plus 3 plus 2 over c plus 4. Okay, so I took that remainder just like I did here, 2 over 4. Here I had 2 over c plus 4. Okay, 2 still to be divided by c plus 4. So that's how we deal with the remainder. Okay, let's take a look at this one over here. Again, my first step's going to be to write it using our division here. Remember, the first term is what goes inside the division. So 2t squared plus y, still stuck on t's, and minus 5, then y minus 3 on the outside. Okay, so then what times y is going to get me 2y squared? Well, that would be 2y. 2y times y is 2y squared. Then 2y times minus 3 is negative 6y. Okay, then I need to subtract this. So I'm going to distribute a negative through. This becomes minus. This is already minus, so that's going to be plus. Okay, then subtract there, that's 0. 3y plus 6y is 9y minus 5. Okay, then I want to make this y into 9y. What do I have to multiply by? Well, 9. So 9 times y is 9y. 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. Okay, then distribute through a negative, so that becomes minus, this becomes plus. Then the y, 9y is gone, that's 0. Negative 5 plus 27, that's going to be 22. Holy cow. Again, we've got another remainder here, and in this case we have 2y plus 9, then, then, get rid of that, plus our remainder over what we were originally dividing by, the y minus 3. Okay, so there's that one. Now, this last one is a situation that can be a little bit tricky, but we can handle it. And what we need to notice is that we're missing an x term here. Notice how we're going squared just to the first power and then gone. Well, in this one we've got squared, but that's it. So I need to fill in a placeholder for that, and so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put x squared, then I'm going to say plus 0x, then minus 25. Okay, so we fill in that placeholder of 0x's, doesn't change the value of our expression, like so. Then on the outside I've got the x plus 5, and again it's going to follow that same process. What times x gets me x squared? Well, x times x is x squared. Then, whoops, my pen's giving me a little trouble here. X squared, x times 5 is 5x. Then, distribute the negative through, minus, minus, so this becomes minus 5x. Then up here, bring down the minus 25 like so. Then, what times x gets me minus 5x? Well, that would be minus 5. Okay, so minus 5 times x, minus 5. Minus 5 times positive 5 is minus 25. Then distribute a negative through, so that would be plus, that would be plus. That's going to be 0, that's going to be 0, and off we go. So our solution in this case is just the x minus 5. Okay, long division of polynomials works just very similar to how we did long division with good old-fashioned numbers. So might want to brush off those skills and or brush up on those skills. And then remember, the key is that we're looking for what do we need to multiply this first term, the first piece by, in order to get the first term here. And then after we subtract the first term of this piece, and so on. You could divide 5-term polynomials, 10-term polynomials, whatever you want with a situation like this using long division. Hope this video was helpful. Keep working hard on your math. You can do it.